is Mike from Nexgen Carguys. Look over here, we got Craig. Say hey, Craig.
Hey, guys.
We got Craig busy. Craig is actually working on his car tonight. So yeah, guys, we're just out here kind of hanging out tonight, taking stuff apart. Let me turn the camera around and show you what we're working on. Alright, everybody has seen Craig's car here on the channel. This is his 91 Mustang LX. And so what we're doing tonight, Craig decided he wanted to change up a few things. You guys seen in one of our other videos where we took and did some gold wheel painting on his car. So we decided to change up the intake color a little bit. So we think we've figured out a way to get this intake off without removing the strut tower brace. So if we can do that, that's going to be awesome. So Craig, you want to tell them what color you decided to go with?
Well, I seen, excuse me, I seen a guy on YouTube the other day using Wrinkle Black.
Oh yeah, okay.
VHT.
Yep.
And as soon as I saw that color, I was like, I think my intake would look good that color, because this is the actual color that it's supposed to be, right there in the middle where the intake plate covers it.
If you guys can look right here, that's where it's flaking off, and this looking old and outdated. So
this intake's been painted since 2017 when I had the car the first time, and I put the GT40 intake on it. And I painted it before I put it on.
Right.
I can't remember exactly what color that is. It was just some kind of gray that I found at the parts house. I can't even remember what brand it was. I think it was Duplicolor.
Yeah, I think it was Duplicolor.
But just wanted to switch it up a little bit. I've always liked the way the Wrinkle Black, you know, wrinkles and has that texture to it.
Right.
So I was like, I want to take my intake and paint it and make the engine bay look a little bit different than what it has. I mean, you see,
should match some of the black accents. You've got the black
AC delete.
Yep.
And power steering pumps up here. So I mean, not having the AC hoses on here makes it look a lot better to me.
I agree. So we did finally get his power steering leak fixed, guys. He had an issue. We ended up putting a new power steering line on this car. Kept having a power steering leak around this fitting, so we managed to fix that. He had an SVE radiator in here before. How old was that radiator, you think?
Probably 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, it developed a leak on one of the tanks. So we went ahead and ordered him a new radiator, got him a new fan controller. So he's set up now. Was there anything else that we've done to this thing? Parts wise? I can't really remember. We did, yeah, of course we did the relocation bracket, which is for the power steering pump. You guys know that when you take the AC compressor off this, you have to bring the power steering pump up so that your tensioner works like it's supposed to. Other than that, though, I mean, that's pretty much it, I guess.
I think that's about all.
Oh, that and the gold wheels.
I mean, the wheels are on the car, though.
We did get his mufflers on. Magnaflow Magna Packs, which is what we put on my car.
Oh, yeah, speaking of that, I don't know, I think just driving it to Jackson, Tennessee and back, and like around here has like really broken them in.
Yeah.
My car is louder.
Yeah.
Than it's ever been.
Yeah, I revved it up for him last night, guys, and it's pretty loud.
Like, I forget how loud it is with the Magna Packs on it until I go to my house through the bridges.
Yep.
I'll downshift to fourth and just kind of roll into the throttle, and it's like ba-da-da-da-da-da.
So the next thing we're going to be working on, like I said, getting this intake paint and stuff like that. But the next order of business for this car is these headlights and turn signal lenses have got to get replaced. That's one of Craig's pet peeves on this car, is he doesn't like this, which I don't blame him, guys. Come on, it's, you know, dingy. It makes the car look older than it really is.
LMR wants to sponsor me some.
Hey, there you go, LMR, right? So guys, we're creeping up on that 1,000 sub mark, right? So yeah, and also, let me flip the camera around again. So we've got a kind of little special video, hopefully, if it works out the way we want it to. We're going to drop it for our 1,000 subs video. I think it's going to be kind of cool. You guys stay tuned for that one. But yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're going to pop the rest of this intake off. How many bolts we got left?
None.
So we got all the bolts loose. We got the TPS sensor, and we got to get the throttle cable loose. So if I can find the tripod or a camera stand, we'll set you up on the stand. Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Maybe do a little time lapse. So, yeah. We'll come back, maybe we'll get some paint on this thing.
Alright guys, so we just sprayed it with some aircraft paint stripper. Mike said it's the old stuff, so it should work pretty good.
Yeah, that new stuff, it's the new, what's it your grandpa says? It's a new recipe.
New flavor.
New flavor. The other stuff is that it's non-methanol chlorinated or some kind of crap. Anyway,
Basically, it don't work as good.
there's some good stuff here.
Do
not get this on your skin.
Yeah, no. I've done it before. It sucks.
Wear gloves if you can, but of course we're from Alabama, so we don't believe in gloves.
We don't follow directions.
PPE is not a thing here.
So anyway, what Mike's saying is don't get the new stuff because it sucks.
And if you use your old stuff, make sure you wear gloves. For sure. So, if you're going to use anything engine related, of course, you want to use some kind of engine enamel, engine primer, stuff like that. Holds up to the heat a lot better, of course. But this is what we're going to use to do the wrinkle paint.
Wrinkle Plus by VHT. It's high temperature.
It's supposed to be some pretty good stuff.
It cures in like 2 hours.
It takes a little while to cure, yep. But
I've seen people take and like use a propane torch.
Oh, to make it crackle up or whatever.
Like make it cure a lot faster.
Right. So the thing about this is when you spray it on, it doesn't spray on wrinkly. Or on texture.
After it dries,
it's smooth, and then as it dries, that's where your texture comes in.
That's where the wrinkle comes in. So I kind of figured, you know, VHT Wrinkle would be pretty cool, especially in black. I mean, I already got black accents, like you said, everywhere in the car. And so we're gonna get this stuff stripped, get it some primer on it, and then VHT it. And then
get it cleaned up and let it cure. I could put it in the oven, make it cure faster, but
I don't want his oven.
I don't want my pizza tasting like VHT.
Exactly.
So yeah.
All right, guys, we'll see you back in a minute.
So I'll bring you in here real quick. You guys can see it bubbling. And look at that. So it is taking the paint off. That's what we wanted. So when you're doing this, you want to kind of keep it away from any kind of plastics, connectors. We taped this off, like Craig was saying a minute ago. Keep it off the throttle body, TPS sensor, all that good stuff. But we're not really worried about painting this because there's a little engine plate cover thing that goes on the intake. Yeah, hides these two bolts here. So, but yeah. Nope. Go get that scrubby brush that's in the.
Where's it at? See guys, see what I'm saying? See, he sends me to go do something, and then I ask where it's at, and he don't even know where it's at.
That's illegal. That's your fault. That's illegal.
That's your fault. Did you find it? You found it.
We should put it on the drill.
Yes, please.
Pull-up brush.
$1. That's what he used to clean the seat.
Works, see, watch. Get you a drill and a good battery. And don't get the cheap one because the cheap ones are hollow. This is not hollow. Put it down. Tuck it into the drill, and then you have power brush.
Mike's invention.
Yeah.
Not really. Alright guys, we're having to spray it again. Mike messed up.
Huh? Me?
Yeah, it's all your fault.
Why's it gotta be my fault?
Because you said the old stuff works good. No, I mean, it worked pretty
does.
decent, but...
Well... Let's coat it one more time, it should be good.
Alright guys, we'll come back to you in a little bit.
Alright guys, so we have...
Mike did a thing. Mike got trailer.
Floor sticky. Overspray. We didn't have to worry about overspray here because everything... Oh, well, I guess I'm on there too. Anyway, so this is coated with the VHT Wrinkle Black. So,
Plus.
yeah. So what we're going to do now is encourage it with a heat gun.
Yeah, encourage it with a heat gun. And go ahead and do your thing.
What am I doing?
Encourage it when it... Encourage
I got to do the heat gun? I just painted it.
Yeah, well, it's your job to do a heat gun too.
Not my car.
Technically, yes, this is your part of the job because I took the intake off.
Alright, ready? And go! There we go. I forgot. Wrong button. Alright, let's try this again.
Don't look at the camera.
Alright. Alright guys, check out that wrinkle finish. Heat gun for the win. So you just gotta work it slow and try to heat it evenly. So, and as you heat it, you see where it's smooth there, and watch. You start to bring out the wrinkle. Look at that. Dude, that's awesome.
We could have done the same thing with dirt and black paint, right?
Dirt and black paint. I got some sand. We could just mix some sand in there. What do you guys think about that wrinkle finish?
I think it's a good idea.
You like it?
Now you can see what it looks like on the car. I just had another good idea. You're not hate me for it. See all these little lines right here? Take a paintbrush and get that gold grill paint, spray it in the top. Draw all the lines with gold.
We might do something. Alright guys, we're going to finish this up. We'll bring you back when we get this thing finished, hopefully. Alright everyone, so we're out here with Craig. So, we got his intake done. We're just going to add this to this video here that we've already got going. Might as well. So this is 2 days after we've got the intake on. I'll take you over here in just a second to show you the intake. But let me show you what we got going on here. So, as you can see, we're always working at night. We never get to do nothing during the daytime. It's just how we are. But, so I've removed the kick panel in Craig's car. I've got the computer disconnected. All the wiring's out of the way. We went through, checked everything, made sure we had no frays in the wires, no pins were pulled out of this connector, none of that stuff. But, let me show you what we got. Okay, quick shot of the intake. Now that it's on the car. Check out that wrinkle black, guys. Turned out really good. It's finally cured now, so it's got a nice texture to it. So, yeah. Happy with the way that turned out? Yeah. Alright, so let's get back in here on this computer job here real quick. Alright, so guys, if you've been following us on this channel, you know that me and Craig's been battling with his car the last little bit, trying to get it to run better. It's had issues with running lean. It's also had issues with, yeah, it sounds like at about 4,500-ish RPM, like it wants to go past that point, and it will go past that point, but it's almost like it falls on its face once it hits that 4,500 RPM range. We've done everything. Vacuum leaks, we've checked other wiring, we've ohmed out sensors.
Fuel pressure, fuel volume.
Yeah, fuel pressure, fuel volume. But we have went through everything with this car. And we always kept leaning towards computer. So, let me show you what we got. Alright, so on the workbench here, we have Craig's A9L computer. This is out of, see here, so it's stamped right here. It's out of an 89. So you look, the board looks good on this side. And actually, if you look closely, let's see if I can get you in close enough here so you can see this. Where was it?
Those two right in front of your face.
These two. Alright, so we've actually had a couple of replacements done.
Right here.
So, yeah, if you look right here, here's one here. So somebody's been in here and actually replaced a few things on this computer. Yeah, here's another one here. So we found that was a resistor, and the other one's over here somewhere. Let me flip this over real quick so you guys can see what we got going on now. So on these computers, they have these capacitors. What was it? UAF.
47 UAF.
47 UAF. 16 volt.
UF. Excuse me. 16
yeah.
volt.
So there's that one. And here's your solder points here. Let me grab this. All right. So here's your solder point. All right. You see this one's kind of corrody. This one looks pretty good. Didn't really see any issues there. But look at this one. The leg is completely gone. And you see all that black stuff? Focus. There we go. So this one here is bad. It's been leaking for a while, and it's actually corroded the solder joint off the computer. So what we're going to do is Craig has actually found a set of capacitors online. We're actually actively looking right now to try to find some local. So if we can find some local, we're going to go pick some up. If not, we're going to order some. Then we're going to try to solder this thing ourselves and see if we can get it.
So the backstory on this car is,
the
reason why it's got an 89 computer in it is because the car, it's a 91, but it comes factory as an automatic car.
Yeah.
So the guy that I bought the car from the first time, the old man, he decided that he was going to put a E303 cam in it and all that stuff, GT40 heads, and put a 5-speed in it. So it's actually got a T5Z spec it was bought from LMR. But, so he had to have an 890 computer. Or at least he thought. I mean, I didn't know you could run an automatic computer either. But,
we're hoping this is going to solve.
So it's got the A9L in it. So he bought the computer from 89, obviously.
Right.
And then sent it out to be rebuilt. But he told me.
Did you get a chip pack with this thing too?
So an SET chip.
So let's spin this camera around. So you can see where they had cut the casing open on the house, and they folded it back. And
So you can put
the chip in here. It came with, was it an 87 tune, 90,
87, 91,
yeah,
and 93.
and 93 tune.
93 R tune, which
right.
I guess the only thing the R tune was different was the timing.
Right.
But I never put it in because I've always heard bad things about them. Like people saying that once you put a chip in and the computer is junk.
Right.
All that kind of stuff. So I never put it in, and he told me he never put it in. But
so
obviously somebody
now
had put it in at one point.
This is bit okay. So then we did look here, and it shows this is a remanufactured computer, and then there's the date 02/25/14. So computer's been replaced, and it has had some work done, and I'm assuming
so that's how
the
built too is 2014.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that the new solder joints that we found in here is probably from the remanufactured job, more than likely. So
like Mike said, we've been having so many problems with this car, and it's gotten to the point to where like it's pissed me off so much that I've seriously considered carbureting it like Mike's car because I'm tired of the way it runs. Like,
yeah.
Up in the mornings.
I've been joking with him. Hey, you know how to make it run better? He'll go, what? How's that? Well, if you want to go past 4,500 RPM and quit doing that stupid stuff, put nitrous on it.
Yeah, definitely make it go past 4,500. But anyway, so one of the symptoms is when you go to cold start it, it's got to where it doesn't want to stay running. So like it'll go up to 1,000 RPM and then instantly die. Yeah, and it'll shut off. And then if he restarts it, it'll start and then it'll run. And so a lot of times you were having to give it throttle.
Like a carburetor car to keep it running when it was cold. So
I started doing some research, and at first I thought it may be something in the wiring because I had a code that come up when I dumped the codes one time that was like the intake air temp sensor reading -40 all the time.
Yeah.
So I thought it was something in the wiring because it's got a 5-volt reference that goes to it, and then it's got a signal wire that comes back to the ECU. So I thought maybe the signal wire was shorted somewhere, either it's broke,
right,
not sending the right signal. I even put a different sensor in it, didn't fix it. So
that and his cars also had the salt and pepper shakers deleted. Mm-hmm. So we're almost at that point where we're kind of like, okay, well maybe they didn't, solder some connections correctly, and that's why we're having all these issues. The thing about it is he didn't have these issues when he sold the car. It didn't start until he purchased the car back.
Well, see, it was fine for like the first 6 months that I had the car.
Yeah, and then it's, as it got colder, as the weather got colder, that's when we started noticing issues. Now, it seems to do pretty good when it's hot outside. Like if it's around the 85, 90 degree mark outside,
It'll cold start fine.
It cold starts fine, and it seems to run pretty good. So yeah, that's.
But I still knew something went right though, because it's got. You can ask Mike. It's got to where recently, like I let it sit out here and idle sometimes before I leave his house, and the check engine light comes on and it's just dumping fuel.
And you can smell it.
So when the check engine light comes on, you can turn it off and then start it right back up, and check engine light's off. But then I go to leave his house and it's like bugging and jerking, so I just lay into it, and he says there's a bunch of black smoke coming out.
So it's loading up at idle, and going down the road it's lean. So yeah. So we're hoping that this is going to fix our issue. So, you know, if you guys have any suggestions for us, that'd be great. I do have a soldering gun. It's probably not a professional type of soldering gun, but I do believe it's something we can do. But yeah, comment down below, guys, if you think it's something that, I mean, if it's something you guys have dealt with before, have any suggestions, any tips to help us out on this deal, that'd be great. Craig's deal, what'd you find? Anything?
Well, I asked about on Facebook if anybody had
anything local, right?
Capacitors, and somebody said check Battery Plus.
Oh, I didn't think about Batteries Plus.
So
yeah, we might can get a hold of them. So anyway, yeah. So not really trying to sidetrack off the intake job, but we're just going to want to throw this one in here at the end of the video. Let's show you guys what we generally get into, so we don't get the sunny side of stuff all the time, right? But anyway, we're going to end this video here. We will do an update video on this after we may even do a video on soldering job. If you guys want to see that, comment down below and let us know if you want to see us try our hand at soldering this thing, right?
Fixing stuff.
All right.
So Mike, where am I driving home tonight? I bet nobody's gonna be open tomorrow. It's Memorial Day.
We can put this back in.
Anyway, take it right back out.
Not take it right back out, right? Anyway, guys, stay tuned for the next video. Appreciate everybody who's watched this. As it sits right now, we're somewhere around a 950 sub mark. So we're getting there, almost to the point of getting monetized.
I'm still in this Mustang. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm not getting my Mustang.
No. Find another shop truck again.
I was always taking my truck. Anyway, guys, take care. Thanks for watching.